Hello Pisces and welcome to your August 2024 reading. I'm happy to present that I finally finished the tarot course I've been working on for a year, and now it's online. You can have access to it in the shop section of the website, and it's a series of close to 20 videos of, some an hour, some more, some less, and a guidebook, a complete guidebook that explains and brings us through the paths of the tree of life or the tree of the Cabal and the tarot, the correlation, so that we can visualize, understand where we're at, what's the path, what's blocking, what's the aspiration, why is this happening in our lives, to have this complete vision to help us on our path. So I'm very happy of it, and it's out there. So there you go. You know about it. So now I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. You come in the month. Now that card arrived on the side. So I imagine some of you are like this, some of you are like this. Knight of Sword. And the Knight of Sword, he can be harsh. Maybe you've received people telling you their truths, or you yourself had to express something that maybe, it had to be said, and sensibilities could have happened one way or the other. But under it, I have this. So whatever this conversation was, it was very karmic. It was very, could have spoken about the chains, the devil card, could have spoken about, the limits, or expressing one of your restrictive beliefs as a truth, whatever it is, but you feel this coming into the month if this speaks to you. And then after, we have the Page of Swords in reverse with the Nine of Cups in reverse. And that is really, the nines are in the sacral chakra, Yesod, over there, all the nines. Based on the principle that everything before it, from the divine frequency as it comes down, has to pass through the waters of creation before arriving here. So that's why Yesod is the sacral chakra. It's what receives our vibration, but also holds all of our old stuff. And that's why it's the, where we can have vibrations of frequencies or vibrations of pleasure, creativity, insight, and so on. But here with the Page of Sword in reverse and the Nine of Cup in reverse, this is where we're not quite, there's, let's say, heavy waters, unprocessed waters that does not make us in the Nine of Cups. And from that, or maybe a wrong idea of what happiness is, this is lingering, and this is what is making you juggle. Here we have water again, and we have the Queen of Cups. So you're in, there goes the devil. You're in a lot of water, okay? It begins with a belief, and of course something that's going to be a bit hell, maybe, or just that you're really going to feel it. And then we have a lot of emotions here, and that lie, that whether it's a lie you hold yourself or that was told to you, will be moving in there and making you juggle emotionally. And that will lead to judgment. Again, water, okay? Water, when the high tuning fork of the divine imposes the right frequency, everything that cannot match it will come to the surface. We'll notice it because it's going to be activated in our water, and it's going to come back to be addressed, to be judged, to be tuned in. So it's going to bring up some old stuff. So Pisces, you got to brace yourself because there's old stuff that's going to come up to the surface. And you're going to, and on top of it, maybe it's because also we have the sun here. And the sun is not automatically joy and amazingness. The sun is raw energy that makes everything grow, that shines the light on stuff. So if we have something distorted, it's going to shine the light on it even more. So we really see it. We cannot go blindly unconscious about it. Under the judgment, I have strength. Fire again, Leo again. Maybe this is Leo after the big, water trine we just had arriving in Leo. Leo's going to put a lot of energy in there and it's going to be like, so how's your water? Are you drowning in it or is it warming up and supporting you? So here, strength in reverse, this is when everything that is recorded in our machine, in our animalistic machine, in our ego, our inner child, unprocessed ego, is stronger than our higher self. Like this, our higher self that understands the tuning can tell the ego, oh, it's okay, don't worry, trust me. Here, surrender to me. I know what is the truth of truth. And you don't have to worry about this. This is not true. But when it's like this, he wants to keep control and he wants to be right. So this is probably going to be up and down, up and down. The trumpet is going to be trumpeting anyway. Because it's an opportunity judgment to correct things. They come up to the surface so we can correct them before they anchor into Malkut, 3D reality. And there we have the consequences. Let's clarify. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Pisces for the month of August 2024. Okay. August 2024. First, we're going to look at what is that Knight of Sword. It could be somebody calling you out. It's possible that we can react, or we can be, oh, why is this hurting so much? What part of me is actually believing it's true? Whether they're calling you out on the truth or on a complete bullshit, if it hurts you, that means there's a part of you that believes them. And if it's a truth, well, it's always to our advantage to look at it under the scope of a very high frequency. Let's look at that. What is that Knight? Knight of Sword. It came in and went back, but we're going to wait and see. All right. So, the calling out is, here I have the Seven of Swords. It's about swords. So, here the Moon in reverse, the Judgment again in reverse, and the King of Swords. Some of you, this is something that maybe because I have the Hermit in reverse, this can be something that you felt but didn't trust your own inner light. because it's either happening to you and you have to pull a judgment on it, or you're unconsciously doing it based on old beliefs. In a sense, the Seven of Swords, either you're procrastinating or you're thinking that you do not have what it takes to actually do it. So, sometimes we'll postpone, leave things into potential because we're not sure we can actually go through it or have what it takes to succeed in it. It can be many things, but it's in a way we can rob ourselves or others. Okay? The Seven of Swords can be a small thing like, not going somewhere we're invited. Oh, is that a Seven of Swords? I'm robbing myself from maybe the possibility of a great experience, and I'm going to justify it in some way. Maybe I'll book something else and I'll say I have no choice or whatever. I'll maneuver not to confront an evening where I'm afraid that I won't be amazing, they'll judge me, whatever. So I'm afraid of this. Maybe there's a potential project there and I don't think I'm ready for it, so I'm just going to avoid it. That's Seven of Swords. And a big Seven of Swords, it's betrayal. So maybe you're going to uncover betrayal. But how do you betray yourself? Always bring it back to, how do I do that to me? Maybe I didn't read the red flags. Maybe I didn't want to pull a judgment on it and I just accepted it. That's what my devil was all about. Let's look at the devil. Oh yeah, that's a shock. So, Tower. Maybe you're receiving some shock news about a betrayal or something like that. And you're not ready to forgive at all. You're not ready to turn the page on it. Let's look at that Page of Sword. Ooh, all right. King of Cup in reverse. Empress in reverse. So it's kind of, it's hurtful on the amour-propre, self-love, your own capacity to love yourself, to have your worth, your value, to receive, to to create, to know who you are. And with the King of Cups in reverse, it really stirs you. It's something that shakes you emotionally deeply. But there's a good reason for that. It's kind of the universe is shaking things for you to make a judgment on it. And I had the Fool in reverse, so that you're not carrying baggage that actually prevent you. You're just going, I hope this is not going to happen, and not like, I know who I am, and I'm solid. When we're solid emotionally, we can do anything. We can walk on water. So, not literally, but why not? Okay. Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. So it's going from here, the Empress in reverse. That's why there's juggling. Because here I'm clarifying the Queen of Cups and the Juggler. And here I have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. But we had that Empress in reverse. So what are the two other queens left? The Queen of Swords. And with all these swords, we can understand that, like, look at your perception, how you perceive things. And the Queen of Wands, what you attract. What do you really desire? The receptive fire. Judgment. What is going to be judged? Okay. 10 of Pentacles. What you're going to leave behind. Your heritage. King of Pentacles. your generosity, or the generosity you received. You see what I mean? It's the same thing here. And that Six of Wands where, okay, at this point, I have to come back from whatever that was, whatever is trying to come up to the surface. I have to understand the lesson so that I am not reacting on the defensive or my fire going all over the place. Here, the Sun, Six of Wands, we're in the heart chakra. Oh, I understand the lesson. I can move forward in balance. I can finish. Let's look at the Strength card. I think some of you are finishing an old cycle based on old betraying, disempowering beliefs. And they're coming up to the surface to be finished. And it's surrounding your receptivity. What you're allowing, what is the shape of your emotions based on the people around you. Three of Cups, if you were surrounded by people that are more draining you or that your own, see when it's upright, well, see they have raisins and joy and it's harvest because they're receptive of high frequencies. When the cups are in reverse, we cannot receive anything. We're just losing connections and people and things like that. We cannot be halfway receptive or not. Juggling. Like I want this, but I don't trust that it's possible for me. So the wants, the desires, and the capacity to perceive how to have it is not corresponding because I have a disempowering belief. But the fact that the world is there, finishing, the Sun is there to bring all the clarity about it, and judging it. Because you have twice the judgment. What right now is drowning you is what you need to judge. If it was because you didn't have unconditional love at one point in your life, it does not justify allowing yourself to be betrayed or betraying yourself. These are kind of the things that need to be understood this month. So I'm going to call this judgment. It's a big judgment. And a lot of stuff is going to come up from the woodworks for you, my beautiful Pisces. If you wonder, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Call back to your ruler Neptune and analyze it like if you would be analyzing a dream. If I would have dreamt of that situation, what would have been the conclusions about my psyche, about what wants to transpire, would have drawn, It's going to maybe try and help you decipher the conclusions you drew from a reversed Empress. Yeah. So that you stop juggling. So I'm going to call this judgment. All right? Doesn't mean your whole month is going to be like this, but this is going to be working behind the scenes. All right? So on that, I am sending you all my love and light, Pisces. And thank you for watching, sharing, commenting, and all of that. Thank you also for all of your donations. It helps more than you think. And on the new moon and the full moon, I ask the divine to give you back in the shape that is the most beneficial for you. And so on this, namaste. I'll send you all my love and light. Let the sun in. All right?